My Nigerian Folktales.
Once upon a time, in a small village, a tiger from a nearby forest would often come to terrorize and prey on helpless villagers. These attacks were so rampant that the villagers decided to find a lasting solution to this problem by setting a trap to capture the ferocious tiger who goes by the name Ekun. And so, these villagers made a steel cage to trap the tiger and placed it on the path leading to the forest from the village. This trap was such that once the tiger got caught in it, he wouldn't be able to open from within and therefore won't escape. This was how Ekun got trapped in this steel cage with no chance of escape. One day, luckily for Ekun the tiger, a man passed by on that path to the forest. Immediately Ekun sighted this man. He pleaded with him to release him from the steel cage, but this man refused. Instantly, Ekun switched to an endearing mode. He softened his voice so that he could sound very nice indeed.
Looking at me, I know you must think I am a fierce creature of the wild, and therefore must be very wicked indeed. That's just the assumption of many people because of how I look. But I'm certain it's so because many haven't gotten the chance to meet or speak with me in person. For if they had met or spoken with me, they would have discovered how kind a person I am. In fact, if you got to know me well, you would love to spend most of your days by my side.
After listening to what the tiger had to say, this man replied and said,
If all you have said is true, and I set you free, do you promise not to eat me?
I promise,
said the tiger. Forgetting how dangerous Ekun the tiger could be, the man was not aware that Ekun had put up this act of pretense in order to save himself from death, and so he went on to open the steel cage for the tiger to come out. As soon as Ekun gained his freedom, he pounced on the man wanting to eat him. But then the man was swift to beg for his life and suggested that they narrated their dilemma to the first 5 creatures they would come across, and whatever judgment they give shall be what will be done. And the tiger agreed. The first creature they came across was Igi Iroko, meaning Iroko tree. Immediately, the man narrated his ordeal with the tiger. How the tiger had promised not to hurt him if he helped him to open the steel cage. How he had done him a favor by setting him free. And how he decided to pounce on him to devour him. Igi Iroko laughed. He looked at the man and said,
Oh, so mankind can be scared of dying? Oh Mashiu, in my lifetime as a tree, I have seen the many evil done by mankind. The humans are good looking and very intelligent, but they are very wicked. They have chopped down many of my kind. They don't care how much it hurts when they cut some of my hands and use as firewood. I have had to watch them destroy my beauty when they pluck out my leaves to use as herbs. Therefore, Eku, you must not spare him. You must devour him at once.
The tiger was very excited with the tree's judgment and wanted to eat the man straight away. But the man was quick to remind him that they had 4 more creatures to go. The tiger agreed and they moved on. Shortly after, they came across a donkey by the name Kete Kete. The man was quick to narrate his ordeal to the donkey. But Kete Kete looked at this man with disdain and said,
I am a gentle creature, yet mankind has made me to suffer greatly in this world. They saddled me with so much to carry, and that's why they refer to me as the beast of burden. They will ride on my back and hit me hard with the stick if I attempt to slow down to rest. Therefore, Ekun, you must not spare him. You must eat him at once.
Again, Tiger was ready to pounce on the man, but was reminded that they had 3 more to go.
Please be patient,
said the man to the tiger, and they moved on. The next creature they came across was Hen, also known as Adie. After she heard the matter, She said,
The humans are very wicked indeed. They take away my eggs long before they hatch to boil or fry them to eat. Even if they are allowed to hatch, they are reared for a while and slaughtered in their prime. So there's no point in wasting your time, Ekun. Eat this man at once!
At this point, this man could see that the tiger couldn't wait to get his paws on him. So he reminded Ekun that they have still got 2 more to go. Soon they saw Ewure the goat. Ewure also gave his judgment the same as others before him. And so by the time they saw Kolokolo the fox, the man was in tears.
Oh, Kolo,
Cried the man.
I know you to be a very intelligent and honest creature. Therefore, I beg you in God's name to give a fair judgment this
Then
day.
he went on to narrate his story.
May your good deed not turn evil,
The man prayed. After listening to the man, Kolokolo looked at the man with contempt.
Look at you. You don't even know how to tell a story properly. So I don't think I have understood anything you have said so far. Besides, aren't you aware that you are in the presence of one of the chief hunters of the wild? So if you want me to give a clear judgment, you will have to explain to me in proper terms what happened in such a way that I can understand. Okay?
And so the man started to tell his story again from the beginning to the point where he mentioned the steel cage. The fox stopped him to ask.
What is a steel cage?
The man replied and said.
It is a cage made of steel.
The fox asked the man again, saying.
I still don't get it. Exactly what is a steel cage?
The man replied, saying.
Kolo, I know you know the steel cage that is used for keeping hen and cockerels. There isn't much difference between that cage and this one I'm talking about, except that this one is bigger and it is made of steel. You know, iron or metal if you like. Before now I had thought of gifting you 2 of my cockerels to feast on because I have heard wonderful things about you and how much you love to eat poultry. I assure you that I haven't changed my mind and will still give you, if only I could escape from this terror by reason of your fair judgment. I hope you now understand what a steel cage is.
The fox looked at him as though irritated and said,
Gongoshu? Edidare? Oh, so you really think you could bribe me with a cockerel, Abi? Just so you know, if you don't take me to where the steel cage is, I still won't understand what you are talking about.
So he turned to Ekun the tiger and said,
My honorable chief of the wild, I crave your indulgence and understanding in this situation. I know that this man must be lying, and I would like to prove how gullible he is to have done so. I also know that by the time I shall give my judgment, it shall be my pleasure to witness how you shall devour him. If you don't mind, my excellency, can we all go to the place where the steel cage is stationed?
The tiger happily replied.
Kolo, you have spoken well. I will follow you to the steel cage.
And so the 3 of them went there. When they got there, Kolokolo asked the man.
Where exactly were you standing?
The man pointed and said,
Over there. All right then, can you stand there, please?
The fox instructed the man, and the man stood there. Kolokolo faced Ekun and asked,
My excellency, please, where exactly were you at the time?
The tiger pointed at the steel cage and replied.
Inside that cage.
Then the fox replied, saying,
My excellency, please, I beg of you, I am still finding it difficult to understand all this. But for me to fully comprehend, can you stand precisely where you were standing before?
So the tiger got into the steel cage. The fox then said,
Aha! I think I am beginning to understand what
He
transpired.
faced the man and said,
You liar! You claim to have saved Ekon. How can he not save himself this way?
The man replied,
Actually, it was locked at the time. How?
The fox inquired. So the man locked the cage and said,
Like this.
The fox spoke up again and said,
And now you're certain that this cage is locked and he isn't able to come out again by himself?
The man double-checked by shaking the door of the cage to confirm.
Then he replied.
Ekon can't come out now.
The fox looked at the tiger for a bit. Then he burst out in laughter.
Oh, you ungrateful tiger. Sorry, Ekon. That is where you will stay till the villagers come for you. Now, mankind, you are free to go.
But don't forget your promise to
he
me.
said.
More so, all the villagers that their trap has caught the tiger that has been disturbing the village.
There, in the cage, when the villagers descended on him, the tiger thought to himself,
Oh, how I wish I had made good use of my opportunity to escape. Ah, had I known.
He sighed in regret. The end.